So you're driving in your car and you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing lights behind you. Naturally, you pull over. But what do you do if you think the person pulling you over is not an official law enforcement officer? Today, I'm meeting with Lieutenant Avalos of Bishop Police Department to go over some safety tips of what to do when you get pulled over by an official law enforcement officer, and what to do if you have the suspicion that the person pulling you over is not an official law enforcement officer. What should you do when you get pulled over?
Find a safe place to stop. Look for, if it's at night, look for a well-lit area. Stop safely off the roadway where you're not going to put yourself or the police officer in any kind of traffic hazard. Only law enforcement officers have the authority to conduct traffic stops for traffic violations. An officer's taught to identify themselves and identify the agency who they work with. So that would be your first red flag. If they're just demanding things and not telling you who they are or who they work for, and don't have any type of uniform to indicate that they are some type of law enforcement officer, there's the big red flag. I recommend to pick up your phone, dial 911, and let them know that you're on a traffic stop with somebody that pulled you over. As police officers, every movement we do is communicated with our dispatch, so they would know. But common practice with most departments is they're not going to stop you, one, in an unmarked unit, and if they do stop you in an unmarked unit, it's going to be somebody that's fully uniformed. You're not going to get someone come out with jeans and a polo shirt.
Can off-duty police officers make traffic stops?
Yes, technically, as police officers, we're always police officers. Now, most policies for departments is anything that has to do with a Class C misdemeanor or less, we are taught not to really enforce those things. The smart way an officer would be to get a license plate number and call it into the local agency and let them know what's going on. So usually they won't conduct a stop. It's actually unsafe because we wouldn't have the resource for backup and for communication with other officers because we don't have our radios and stuff with us.
What if you don't have a cell phone?
The best practice is, especially if you see the flashing lights in any situation, obviously marked or not marked, you always want to stop where there's people. If there's a well-lit area, police station, a fire station, anything of that nature, you want to get to a safe area. Don't be scared to call non-emergency number like, hey, I saw somebody in jeans and a t-shirt, not in an unmarked car with lights, stopping somebody, or give that information out. This way we can always be aware of what's going on, because the community is first and foremost the ones that see everything, and if they're not giving the information to law enforcement, we can't act on it and look into things. So